again. Last time he got suspended for, hold on. Last time he got suspended for gambling, which was kind of horseshit. He gambled on a non-NFL game at the team hotel, and that was clarified to be considered team facility, team property. I mean, Lions, if they do win the Super Bowl, they would have to overcome a lot of obstacles. It's like, the system is working against us, or the football guys are working against us. Because as soon as we starting to hit our stride, you know, all of a sudden, Jameson Williams now gets suspended, which it could be a blessing in disguise. Um, and I'll explain that shortly, but thumbs up the video by double tapping the screen while watching live. If you're catching the replay, I obviously just thumbs up the video. Appreciate y'all. Share the video, the whole nine. So I heard Valenti's stance. Dewan retweeted it on X, and he basically said that once Jameson Williams' contract is up, there's no way he's giving Jameson Williams a, I think, $127 million contract with his inability to, be trustworthy, be dependable, be reliable. And, Brad Holmes said when they drafted him that they knew it was going to be some issues with immaturity. Now, did he know the issues would obviously come with, with an ACL injury? He obviously knew there were some immaturity issues, but, and when you're coming off of ACL, there's going to be some soft tissue injuries. He had the hamstring injury after training camp last year. So, I mean, it's serious because they play Tennessee next week at home. But then it gets serious because they play Green Bay. And I believe that's at Green Bay. So that's one of them games that count for 2 or 3 points. So yeah, that hurt. That hurt. And his suspension was not due to a performance enhancing drug per se. It was due, from what I read, which we don't know what the drug is yet, and they haven't even suspended him yet, but that's probably coming. Now, and before I get to the drug, don't forget, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out my other platforms. All the links inside the link tree of the channels. But so it wasn't a performance enhancing drug. He got caught for either stimulant, a masking agent, and a diuretic. And I will explain what those are. So a stimulant could be something as simple as caffeine. That's a natural stimulant. I've seen in boxing where a boxer tries to drink some coffee before the fight, and the commission won't allow it. Now, he obviously can drink as much caffeine as the fuck he wants. That's natural. That's natural. So his stimulant had to, if it was a stimulant, it had to be something that's illegal. So I don't know if it's, what is that shit, a speed or some bullshit like that. I can't call it. Now, you can probably get some illegal. What was that? You have a lot of complaints lately. A lot of complaints. He ain't never howled at me like that. He getting old though. I feel disrespected. Yeah, don't you holler at me like that again. But yeah. So yeah, you probably find some stimulus that's frowned upon at GNC. That I can't really put my finger on. It wouldn't be no amino energy. It wouldn't be nothing that's natural. So it'd have to be something like, honestly, I don't know, bro. I can't really think of nothing right now, stem wise. I'm more of a non-stem person because I don't like being up at night, and an all natural person. So, but a diuretic, yeah, you got shit like water pills, which I don't think frowned upon, but I know another a natural diuretic is dandelion root tea. I know about that because that's what Will Smith used to get all ripped up for his role in I Am Legend. So diuretics basically allow you to help make cut weight. It also allows you to get water out the system, um, to get fluid out the system, to really, either, especially if you're competing, probably make you look a little bit more cut. But also a diuretic is also used to flush illegal properties out the body. So you talking about steroids, marijuana, maybe some other drugs I can't think of that's found in urine. Those are what diuretics are for. Diuretics is to remove fluid and impurities out the body. That's what they usually use for. So yeah, you got natural diuretics, water pills, dandelion root tea, stuff like that. I don't think he took that. So y'all kind of get where I'm going at with this what I'm saying, and I explain it if y'all don't understand it. A masking agent, and also you can use IVs as masking agents too. IVs help flush um, illegal substances out the body too. So IVs do a lot of really good. You know, you can even have the IV people come to your house, especially if you got a problem with drinking water, water retention. Um, they can put vitamins into your IV, all that stuff. Especially if you injured or you hurting, and they give you that drug, they go in the IV and shit. But yeah, masking agents can help mask illegal substances out the body. So they use those to flush steroids out. They use for to mask steroids and other illegal drugs as well. So for the most part, either the reason he didn't get the full 8-game suspension because they didn't find a performance enhancing drug in his body. It sounds like either he got caught with a stimulant, which is really, it's not a steroid. And all performance enhancing drugs are not steroids. He got caught with a stim, or long story short, or a masking agent. He was trying to flush something out of the system. Now, somebody can tell me, um, you know, is marijuana still frowned upon in the National Football League? Because if marijuana ain't frowned upon, it might have been him uh, trying to flush some marijuana out of the system. That was my first guess. I don't know if marijuana, is legal. Because remember they said it was legal. Hold on. Remember they said it was legal. They no longer was testing drug. Employers no longer can test you pre-employment or during your employment for marijuana no more. That's not true. That's only for government employees. So that's not true. So I'm guessing he was trying to flush something out of his system, or he took a stem. So I don't know if it was speed, all of some bullshit like that. That's what I'm guessing. Maybe he was popping pills. I don't know what these ninjas doing and trying to flush it out of the system. But usually when you start talking about like illegal substances like pills and Rufalin and Molly and all that other shit, that don't really stay in your system that long. But I think like from 24 to 48 hours, it stay in your blood. So I don't know. But if it was a stem, something that give you energy, an illegal stem, or it was him trying to flush some drugs or performance enhancing drugs, true steroids, true HGH out of his body. So weed isn't illegal. Well, it wasn't weed then. It wasn't weed. It wasn't marijuana. So then, if he was having it had to be something else. So it had to be performance enhancing drug wise, or it had to be some other illegal drug. Now I don't know if you're trying to flush another drug out your system. I don't really have a computer to do the research, but I don't know if they take urine and blood. So I don't know if they take urine and blood. That's enough. But if he was trying to get something out of the system, it sounded like it sounded like it probably was a stem, or he was flushing something out of the system. So a lot of people were saying, well, he didn't do nothing last week, and you like, why would anybody take drugs knowing that they gonna get caught. Because the reason they do so is because they can flush it out with diuretics and masking agents. So when they give you steroids and performance enhancing drugs to take, man, you getting on my nerves. When they give you performance enhancing drugs to take, they show you how to get it out your system. They tell you how to cycle on, cycle off. If you get caught, say you took this, say this had this drug in it, or take this after you take this. But if you don't follow protocol to the T, you're going to get popped. Everything when working out, when dealing with roids, is to a science. Everything is a science. So when they tell you to stop, 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 when they tell you to take a specific drug, you got to take it when they tell you to take it. And then however the masking agent goes or the diuretic to flush it out, you have to take it. Man, you got to be perfect. If you 1 second off, you 1 ounce off, you 1 millimeter, whatever, milligram off, it's a wrap. You're going to get popped hot. So that's the thing about it. When you take them drugs, it's a science. To taking them, it's a science to covering them up. Come here. So whatever he was taking, it sounds like it's a flush. It's a flush of steroids, and that's better than getting caught with steroids. Because if you get caught with steroids, that's an 8-game suspension, I believe. So he gone for 8 games. So brother gone for 8 games. So he got caught with a stem, or he was trying to mask it to flush it out. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see, what the results are. Because I know y'all probably thinking, oh, it had to be a stem because he's a small guy. You gotta understand too, all performance enhancing drugs don't have nothing to do with but it ain't all about muscle mass. Some of it is recovery, some of it is conditioning. And a lot of times, a lot of dudes take steroids and performance enhancing drugs, to be exact. Make sure y'all like the video by double tap the screen. They take that for recovery and to work. Come here, where is you going? They take that for recovery and to recover from injuries. So a lot of the times, a lot of people be like, steroids don't matter, and take a performance, anything that gives you energy, anything that help push blood to the muscle, and help your body oxygen intake and help you recover. And the thing about steroids too, to be exact, they allow you to work harder, longer, without the injury, and have 2 or 3 or 4 times or 5 times the recovery, depending on it. So if I can work harder, longer, no diddy, and stronger, no diddy, and I can recover 2 or 3 or 4 times faster, guess what? I got a big competitive advantage over everybody that's not using it. So yeah, you got a huge competitive advantage. So it's all about recovery for most performance enhancing drugs. It's all about, being able to work harder, train harder, and not get injured, and recover 2 or 3 times faster. It's not about mass. Most people equate steroids to mass because of bodybuilders. But the true power in bodybuilders is their ability to lift all that weight and not have and be able to recover. What you got to understand, when you lifting weights, when you working out, what you will find out is the recovery is where the magic happens. When you working out, you're tearing down the muscle. That's what you're doing. You're tearing down the muscle. It's kind of like what's the dude from Spider-Man that he fought, the lizard dude, and he cut off his arm and it grow back stronger and shit. That's what that is. So you're tearing the muscle down so it to rebuild stronger. The average human body, yes, the muscle growth process takes longer because it's your natural. You're natural. Then 9 times out of 10, most Americans' protein and carb intake ain't what it should be, and water intake after they work out ain't what it should be. So when you taking steroids and some performance enhancer, other performance enhancing drugs, that allows you, your muscles to recover very fast, aka it also allows for the muscle to grow faster. Recovery is growth. Recovery is building muscle. So, that's why they take all them amino acids and they take all them proteins and stuff. That's what it is. It allows you to recover at a faster pace. And it allows you to also, have a great workload. It allows you to have a higher workload without injuring yourself. If we did the work that Arnold Schwarzenegger did or Ronnie Coleman did, even with respectable weight, and how they work out day in and day out to compete at the highest level, Jay Cutler and all them other guys, and we did it natural, our bodies will break down. You lucky if you get 2 or 3 weeks, depending on who you are, and you're gonna start suffering major injuries. And even if you dial the weight down, even if you dial the weight down, you just do what you can do. All that strenuous work, day in and day out, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It is a wrap. So them roids allow for you to work harder, work stronger, recover faster without the risk of injury. So when you're dealing with dudes who had injuries and in the NFL, everybody injured, you take them steroids or performance enhancing drugs to be able to be more durable too. That's why it was a controversy around Ray Lewis and his antler spray. And I looked into that antler spray that he took. I started about buying some. That shit is powerful. And from what I seen, that shit is a performance enhancing drug. From my research. But I love Ray Lewis. I love my brother. But that's the science about it. And I work out. I've been like lifting since I was a teenager, but like seriously for quite some time. So I done lifted with bodybuilders, people that done trained in the combine, prison motherfuckers, you name them, I done lifted with them. Like people that play in the league, the whole nine. So I know people who then took steroids, died from steroids, the whole nine. It is a huge competitive advantage. It's dangerous too. The side effects is not worth it. When they say that stuff mess with your penis, I was like, no way, Jose. No way, Jose. Count me out. but yeah, for him, I'm always an advocate against performance enhancing drugs, especially in sports of physical contact where you can kill somebody else. In football, you can. In football, it's pretty much accepted that a lot of them dudes take steroids. It's like, DeAndre Hopkins got caught for it. It was a slap on the wrist. But it's the injuries that you suffer, and that's why you turn to that type of stuff. It's for the recovery from your injuries and for to be stronger. So it depends on what he took. A stem would help keep his energy level up. Because you got to understand, a lot of these young people, they ain't sleeping. That's another thing. They not sleeping. So when you got all the money he got, he probably, messing with different chicks, partying. Even if they not out and about, they at the house turned up. That ninja ain't getting no sleep. So he probably turned to a stimulant to help him get engaged. But one thing I tell y'all, and I watch a lot of people throughout the years, come on. I watch a lot of people throughout the years bust their ass. Bust their ass, work all these hours, work 3 or 4 jobs, and don't get no sleep. And they 33 years old and they look 63. Let me tell you this, if you working more than one job and you think that's good, that's not good. That's not good. If you working 2 or 3 jobs long term, ninja, you is losing. You was losing in life. I ain't never worked for nobody that worked 2 or 3 jobs that was financially secure. You got to find yourself a business, a side hustle, turn into a business. If it's hanging TVs, if it's selling t-shirts, if it's selling aromatherapy candles, whatever it is, if it's doing brick mason work or, baking cakes on the side, I done seen people turn their hustles into actual lucrative businesses. If you working 2 or 3 jobs and you think that's sustainable, nigga, you gonna kill yourself. Keisha, woman, whoever, you gonna kill yourself. Absolutely not. Now, if you working 2 or 3 jobs for a short-term goal, to buy your son a car or to get you a car, or you doing that to buy a house and flip it or something like that, that's totally different. You got a short-term goal. You got a goal for the short term. But if you working 2 or 3 jobs to sustain success, you better off falling back, get a roommate, take that time, go pick up a trade, go learn to be an electrician, go learn to be an HVAC, go get your CDLs or some shit, and you better off doing it that way. Yeah, I ain't never met nobody financially stable with 2 or 3 jobs, nor happy. That's not something that you want to do. If you're gonna have 2 or 3 jobs for the long term, you might as well fall back, dial back your lifestyle, and go pick up a trade or go start your business. Real talk. And that's just the message of the day. But like I said before, I want to find it interesting what he took. That's the intrigue. And if it's a stimulant, it's because his ass ain't going to sleep. You know, these young people, man, they think they're gonna be young forever and all that. Y'all better get y'all 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That's why y'all looking so fucking old. Trust me, all the people that's been hustling, who've been worried about going to the nightclub or who've been working 70, 80 hours a week, them motherfuckers gonna be in an early grave. They got no health. You know what I'm saying? They got nothing going on for themselves. Living off Red Bull, Monsters. Don't drink no water. They just zombies. I can sleep when I die. Yeah, you gonna be, hey, you real close to sleeping in eternal sleep. You real close to sleep. You real close for a long time sleeping. So yeah, that's just like I said before. Prioritize your health while you're young. Get that sleep. If you gonna grind and stay up all night, don't do it for an extra job. Do it because you chasing extra education. You chasing to start a business. You chasing to get a trade. That's what you chase. Don't do it because you chasing a woman. Don't do it because you trying to chase a lifestyle. Hell no. Do it to add on to your portfolio, to your bag. So, but other than that, I mean, I can see why the Lions would be fed up with him, but, to be honest, he's very indicative of what the Lions stand for. He blocked downfield. He get his hands dirty. He great yard after the catch. His route running is developing. His attitude. And the city of Detroit love him. He was on his way to an Ebron arc. He was on his way to being one of the most hated athletes in the city of Detroit. Did y'all ever see that, what's that white comedian name? Bill Blur. Have y'all ever seen Bill Blur in Philadelphia? And the comedian Bill Blur was in Philadelphia. And y'all already know how Philly fans is. Philly fans ain't shit. But they start turning on Bill Blur. And Bill Blur flipped the script on Philadelphia. They was booing him, and by the end of the show, they was cheering him. He totally flipped the script on them. And that's what J-Mo did. J-Mo was on his way to being Erica Ebron, one of the most hated Detroit athletes of all time. He was on his way to being Erica Ebron. And, for the most part, he flipped it. He never really got into it with fans. He said the right things. He said he had to get together. He had to work harder. Teddy Bridgewater helped mentor him and all of that. And he flipped it. He flipped it, bro. He flipped the script. He became from almost one of the... He was on the arc to become one of the most hated Detroit athletes of all time. He was there. Had he said a couple of the wrong things, his father spoke out and said this is what he signed up for. He was on his way. Oh, man. He was definitely on his way. And, he became one of the most beloved Detroit Lions that we've seen in a long time. To be honest, I say this, and people gonna disagree when I say this. I guarantee people gonna disagree with it. He more popular than Megatron. Honestly, he more popular than Megatron. In my opinion, Megatron's a better player, and he just. But as far as like the hood, like the city fucking with J-Mo, J-Mo is like the hood son. The people in the city of Detroit love Jameson Williams. Like, when you talking about Detroit, like he is Detroit. Like the city fuck with J-Mo heavy. Like the city fuck with J-Mo heavy. I don't think the Lions like Sue and Stafford, they never had the attachment that Jameson had with the city of Detroit. Even Gardner Johnson. You know, really thinking about it, you gotta go back to the Bad Boy Pistons. They was some Detroit ninjas. They was some real life Detroiters. You know, John Sally met his wife at Legends. That's the club that sit across the street from Sweetwater. I don't know if they open Sweetwater back up downtown, but yeah, that's when Detroit was Detroit. But yeah, the way he beloved by the city, like, nah, I mean, people love that kid. Like, it ain't just black people, white people love that kid. You know, his attitude, you know, and how he was able to have his Bill Blur moment in Philadelphia. You know, a lot of people would have lost their fans. A lot of people would have lost the fans. For real. A lot of people would have said some dumb shit and fuck the fans and yada yada yada. You know, J-Mo just kept it 100. So, but yeah, he's one of the few Detroit Lions of recent, maybe outside of Gardner Johnson, who had a large connection with the city. He one of the few Detroit Lions that I think mirror the city of Detroit, and I think Jared Goff is the other one. You could throw Ahmad Ryan there too, but I think Jared Goff is the other one. The city of Detroit, you know, as much as, you know, people like Stafford, I think they love Goff a lot more than Stafford. You know, I think Goff, people get behind the underdog story of Goff in Detroit. They trying to get behind that. You know, tossed away like the city of Detroit, left to die, and Goff is risen from the ashes. So they got a bunch of, not only do the Lions have the first team that I can remember in my lifetime that actually mirrored the city of Detroit, they got players that the city of Detroit, that is Detroit. You know, and the Pistons really ain't had players like that since, you know, Sheed, Chauncey, Rip, Tayshaun. That was a Detroit team, and for years, all Detroiters really been asking for outside of Super Bowl is a Lions team that mirrored the city of Detroit. Tough, gritty, scrappy, and Jameson Williams is all of that. And on top of that, he flashy. So you got a flashy, tough guy that'll make a block downfield. You know, you got some guys they come into the NFL and they deep threats and they fast. You know, and they fast. They more track star than football player. Jameson Williams is an actual football player that could just happen to run fast. So I don't really think you can throw that away. Because think about it. What if Xavier Worthy or Marquise Goodwin was like, well, Xavier Worthy is a football player. I just think he got to brush up on his route running. But what if Marquise Goodwin was an actual football player? You know? You know, that's what you got to ask yourself. Like, what if some of these guys that were track guys was actually football? James was a football player. He down the field setting blocks. You put the ball in his hand. He breaking tackles. You know, he getting his hands dirty. You know, and his swagger is what you need. And he seems like a very, very upbeat, happy guy. You know? So, I just think them hard to find. Football players that track stars. So, I think when you a person that people that you got a positive attitude Your attitude is infectious. You know, um, you positive. You got a great smile. Your teammates love you. The city love you. You got more room for error. I say this all the time. When you're in corporate America, when you're in corporate America and you know everything, or you're very talented in your job, but nobody likes you, you're not going to get opportunity. You're not. No matter how good is your job, I hate to say this, a lot of times it's more important to be liked and to be punctual than be punctual and be great at your job. There's so many people in corporate America, and that's why I kind of talk about Bronny James for a minute. I really don't, I joke about it, but I really don't get into the nepotism of Bronny James because this is something that I haven't touched on nowhere else. But I'm gonna say this right here. A lot of black people are anti-nepotism, and I think you've seen that with LeBron and Bronny James. And you want to know why black people don't get nowhere? And I'm having this conversation because black people don't want to help other black people. Real talk. How many times, you see somebody in your family, I ain't gonna say your homie. How many times you see somebody in your family have a good job at the plant, have a good job at FedEx, or have a good job, and they never actually get you in a job? Well, you ain't gonna mess up my name, or you ain't gonna do this. And how many times do you see white people, Arab people, Indian people, Asian people get their kids job and they kids fuck up and come in there and fuck up too? You know what I'm saying? And don't come in there and do a great job. We see it all the fucking time. Black people are anti-nepotism, and all that hate that Bronny James got, that really real talk. That's a mirror of why a lot of black people don't help their children or help their homies or help their sisters or their cousins and nieces get their foot in the door with great opportunities. That's why black people are anti-nepotism. They won't help each other. Y'all blame the white man for oppressing everybody, but that ain't the white man ain't the black man enemy no more. It ain't. The biggest enemy is black people themselves. Black people has a bigot mindset against each other, and I'm gonna say that. So you should want to get your homeboy in your job. You should want to get your sister or your homegirl in your job. Black people should practice nepotism. We really should. So that's why Bronny got a lot of flack. Because when black people look at Bronny getting an opportunity, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't have gave him an opportunity. Oh, I got it out the mud. I got it on my own. Black people think that's a badge of honor. That is not a badge of honor, bro. If you would have had help, you would be 50 paces in front of where you are now, dummy. 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 Oh, your mama bought you a car, your parents, yeah, I got mine out the mud. I got mine at 35% AP. Fucking dummy. Dummy. I be looking at, that's why they hate. I love it, bro. I love to see y'all get y'all kids in the door. I love to see y'all get y'all brothers in the door. I love to see y'all start businesses with y'all people and come up and start real estate portfolios and all that. I love to see that shit. I love to see y'all get y'all homies referrals at y'all jobs. I love it, bro. But in our community, it always got to be somebody above. I'm telling you, when you pass an opportunity on, listen, and this is the last thing I'm going to say on this, and I'll finish up. When you pass an opportunity on, when you bless somebody else, please believe me, you're going to get your blessings back. When you bless somebody else, you're going to get yours back. Trust and believe me, bro. When you bless somebody with an opportunity, when you stop and help somebody, you're going to get yours back. Please believe me. Please believe. A simple how you doing can save somebody from taking their life. A simple mental health check on one of your homeboys or homegirls or somebody at a restaurant and you complimenting them or having a small conversation, that can save somebody's life. A lot of these people living life on the edge right now, bro. It's bad out here. So you simply calling to check up on somebody, a kind gesture, holding the door open, Maybe seeing an old person trying to make it to the trash, grabbing their trash, that go a long way, bro. A kind gesture, a kind gesture, or helping people out, that go a long way. That even if you don't get a blessing, you can save a life. You can save a life. What's up, D? What's going on, Miss D? You can save a life. I see, Anderson, you don't like positive talk, bro. Because I'm always going to speak the truth. I already said what I had to say on Jameson. So, better rewind it. But like I said, a lot of these niggas don't like positive talk because it hit home. Because a lot of these niggas selfish out here. And ain't gonna nothing come for selfish people but bad. Come on, let's go to the tree. Come on, go. Ain't nothing gonna come to y'all selfish ass niggas but bad shit. Trust and believe me. That little money y'all got right now, that little you up right now, them tables turn real quick. So watch who y'all look down on. Watch over the person you step over or step on to get to the top. That's the very same motherfucker you gonna need to stop your fall. Best believe it, boy. If I violate you, that means you did some hoe shit. I treat everybody with kindness. I treat everybody with respect. And if I don't treat you with kindness and respect, you did some hoe shit. Simple as that. But other than that, with J-Mo, nothing really much to talk else about. He's just too rare of a talent and too rare of a person to get rid of. Call Antonio Brown, he ain't doing shit. But Tim Patrick, Allen Robinson, this might be a blessing in disguise. This might get Sam Laporta going. Come on. This might get Sam Laporta going. Oh, that brother from Georgia having a hell of a year, too. That rookie from Georgia and the Raiders, he the only bright spot on the Raiders. Brock Bowers, that motherfucker over there balling. I had him on FanDuel a couple weeks. He the only tight end that's balling this year. Kittle's out. Kelsey, I don't know what the hell. Kelsey, he done been, pounding Taylor Swift cheeks. Yeah. He like he washed up. Come on. Yeah, he looked like he washed up. So it ain't been a great year for tight ends. But the one bright spot is Brock Bowers. He the only bright spot around this motherfucker, man. I think Hawkinson close to getting back too. Wish for his well and speedy recovery. But yeah, they might open Laporta up. Sometimes when you open an opportunity, you open a door for somebody else. Sometimes you open a door for somebody else, they kick the door down and they don't look back. Sometimes they don't look back. So who knows? Maybe Jameson opened his door up for Tim Patrick, and Tim Patrick don't look back. Tim Patrick take the number 2 receiving position, and J-Mo get moved to 3. Who knows? What if Tim Patrick going to hellify run? You can see it. What if Tim Patrick going to? What if he going to hellify run? And the offense, they start picking it up even more with Tim Patrick. Allen Robinson come in and he run off with an opportunity. But this is an opportunity for Tim Patrick and Laporta and Allen Robinson to show. I mean, Khalif Raymond really flashed last week. Him in his natural position is cold. Him in his natural position as that 4th receiver, he a problem. So, yeah, it's some opportunity for some more guys to step up. There's some more opportunity for these guys to step up, but Tim Patrick's the guy. Right before the trade deadline, do I see them going for another receiver? No. I don't see that happening. But what I do see happening is Tim Patrick and Allen Robinson stepping up. So, if they can step up, they'll be fine. I'm more concerned about the Green Bay game. But Tim Patrick should have a full grasp of the playbook. Robinson should have a better grasp of the playbook. So we'll see how they step in and how well they do. But look for Tim Patrick to have an uptick in catches. And maybe he'll take this opportunity and he won't look back. That might be the case. You might look back in 2 weeks and Tim Patrick might be the number 2 fucking receiver, dog. You never know. You might look back, he might be the number 2 receiver. But I look for Tim Patrick to have a huge uptick. So I look for him to have a huge uptick. I think Tim Patrick is going to be the guy who got a huge uptick. That's the guy. If you're a daily fantasy player, that's the guy you plug in. I'm walking my dog. What's going on, Greg? Kevin, yep, that's what we talking about. He said, my bad, I was wrong. It could be weed. I misread. So weed is still illegal in the NFL. I thought it was. I wasn't sure. So weed is still illegal. Yeah, they were saying that, like in Michigan, that, the employers couldn't test you for pre-employment drug weed no more. A lot of places just say they don't care about the THC, but then if you have an accident at work and they find THC in your system, then you don't get no compensation, which is bullshit. But I think when I read it, it was just government workers who didn't have to test no more. That's what I read, just government workers. He said J-Mo had multiple injuries, probably used them for recovery and gambling. Suspension was because he bet no. Yeah, I knew that. J-Mo will be fine. We moved on. Situation not J-Mo. J-Mo for Myles Garrett, Benjamin Foley. Funny. What the fuck they gonna do with J-Mo? He ain't got no quarterback. They ain't had no quarterback before last Sunday. Deshaun Watson ain't never want to be in Cleveland. You saw her. There's no way we are moving on. Did I say that? Did you hear me say that? It's crazy how people interpret their own way. Bill Blur is hilarious. Yeah, he a funny ass white boy. I give him that. There's definitely some funny ass white comedians historically. The truth will never go avoided. These lines are not fed up with J-Mo. This was an honest mistake there. We got to see what the honest mistake was. We got to see what the honest mistake. What's the honest mistake? That's what I was waiting to see he got tested for. What's the honest mistake? That's the question. Because if they drop these new two games and they go on the slide, yeah, they're going to be fed up with his ass. Said there's no way they're going to trade one of the top players, especially washed up defensive lineman. Myles Garrett ain't washed up. He in a bad situation. I wouldn't say he washed up. He is 29, but at the end of the day, Cleveland defense, you can't keep carrying an offense. Any great defense gonna wear down. Besides like Tampa and fucking Baltimore and the 85 Bears. I didn't know the 86 Bears was historically better than the 85 Bears. But can't no defense continue to carry an offense that's that bad like Cleveland was. Straight up and down. Can't do it. We got caught for a stimulant, diuretic, or a masking agent. It was one of the three from what I read. He said the truth exactly. People chill. If people knew the NFL policy, they would laugh and chill out. Yeah, NFL anal as hell. Matt Stafford, old news. They trading Cooper Kupp. Hold on. Oh, he ain't gonna do. He nice. Come on. Go ahead. I gotta go back outside too. But oh man, well NBA come back on tonight. I was gonna do a Piston preview. Y'all niggas gonna have to wait. Y'all gonna have to wait for that one. Oh, I was gonna do it today. I just didn't feel like it. I wasn't in a Piston mood today. Hold on, I'm turning my fan off. There we go. I wasn't in a Piston. I'm trying to figure out if I want to take a bath or not. I'm sore, so that might be the play real quick. Hold on. That might be the play. What time is it? Perfect time. So give me a minute. Man. Let's see. Let me see. There we go. Hold on. I'm trying to fix some shit. Wish they need to come and fix some shit in here. 1 second. There we go. But my bad. I'm sitting my black ass right. Some Epsom salt. I'm sore as a hoe. He said Matt Stafford was the underdog in Detroit. Nigga won shit. You think he can take Barry's spot? Nah. Barry really didn't represent Detroit like that though. You know, he was a flashy, low maintenance. Kind of low maintenance. But I think athletes that kind of fit Detroit was like Ben Wallace, J Mo. There ain't too many of them I could think of off rip. John Sally. Um, the whole Bad Boys team, the whole going to work Pistons, people like that. He said you could do a whole live on anti-Nepotism. Boy, we'd be here all night, nigga. So I'm white and I don't want to work with my family members. Hey, it is what it is, but y'all do it. Y'all make sure y'all get Billy Bob and Becky all in that month. I got food on my face, peanut butter cookie. That wasn't good like I thought it was going to be. Come on, Walmart. San Antonio Brown kicking at the White House. I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad. I don't care who y'all vote for. I just tell y'all, vote for policy. Vote for policy. That's what I say. Vote for whoever you. Economy and policy is my main thing. That's it. I'm tired of buying three things at the grocery store and that shit $20. Real spill. Vote for policy. If you want to get into politics, you know, girl, I'm gonna call you back. You want to get into politics? Just vote for who believe in your beliefs. I heard the Lions indeed interested in Myles Garrett. That's a good pickup. It's a real good pickup. But let me get off here, man. I gotta take this call. She gonna keep calling back. Shout out to Alex, bro. Peace.